everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alina Popescu. I'm a self-published author and I mostly write paranormal romance, urban fantasy, a bit of science fiction, a bit of contemporary romance, and my latest edition, mysteries. As you can tell, I can't exactly stick with one genre. Today we're going to talk about self-publishing, and the topic of this video is 5 good reasons to self-publish. I've thought of these as a way to figure out whether self-publishing is the right choice for you. I would like to preface this entire video by saying there's no right way. Self-publishing or traditional publishing are equally great opportunities, and you should choose based on what you want from your career, your personality, and things you enjoy. Because while they are as difficult and as time-consuming, your actual workload will be divided a bit differently. So let's get into these 5 reasons. I've structured them to start with the more appealing stuff, and the reason which would definitely enthrall you a bit, but it gets trickier as we go along. The first good reason to self-publish is that you want a bigger chunk of your royalties. You pretty much divide them with no one. When you get the, let's say Amazon, when you get the 70%, it's all yours. You don't have to wait for that to go to your publisher and then you to get your cut. So you get the lion's share of all your royalties, and this comes from every book distributor you decide to publish with. Then again, you have to handle all your distribution, but that's what you go for when you self-publish. The second good reason to self-publish is that you enjoy having control over everything, and I do mean everything. You have creative control, you have overall control on your schedules, the people you work with, the direction you're going, the focus of your publishing schedule. Everything you want to have control over, you will. Might get overwhelming at some point, but if you're a control freak, self-publishing is for you. The third great reason to self-publish is that you enjoy being a project manager. That's right, you're going to be a project manager for every little project you do, for every book you release, for every new platform you want to expand on and build a following. You will be in charge of everything, and I do mean everything, including people. So if you're not a people person, if you do not enjoy managing and providing the direction to a group of people, this might not be the best choice for you. You'll be responsible for selecting your team, so you'll choose the editor you work with, your beta readers, people who help you promote, people who design your covers, people who do your formatting, everything. It's a great way for you to choose who to work with, because in most cases when your book is acquired, you don't decide which editor you work with or which design company does your cover. You will do all that, so it goes back to control. You'll have control over the people you work with, but you will have to manage them. So if you're not great at managing others or inspiring them or just being very clear in what you need delivered and when, you will need to brush up on those skills, and fast. Because any little delay they create will delay your project, so it will mess up your schedule and everything. It's like a domino effect. The fourth good reason to self-publish is that you love learning everything there is to know about the business of publishing. Yeah, like I said, it gets tougher and tougher with every point I make. You will need to actually learn about every aspect and go in depth, because you need to understand industry trends, you need to understand sales tactics that work, you will need to understand which marketing avenues work best and which are most fitted for each individual book you release, and you will need to understand cover trends and formatting needs and which fonts go best with, I don't know, fantasy, for example, which new book distributor you should look into when it's time to go direct to a distributing website. Let's say Google Play. For your books, you can go direct or you can go through a distributor, and there are benefits to both. You'll need to understand all of that so that you can make informed decisions about your career, your publishing options, what you give priority to in your strategy, and so on. It's not something you can leave to others because you don't have a publishing company behind you that already knows all of this. You will have to learn, and even if you don't do them yourself, you still have to know enough so that you know what to request other people do for you. And I will use cover design as an example. It's really important to know what works for your genre, what the cover requirements are, and how to create a cohesive brand without making all your books look like they're in the same genre when they're not. And you need enough information to know that what covers sometimes work really well for Threadpub might not work just as well for self-publishing, because you rely more on genre specificity when you publish. You don't have the same distribution options and you don't have the same marketing machine behind you, so all that info and all that decision making will need raw data that's great so that you actually make the right decisions. I hope this is clear enough. If you need more information or you need me to explain something, just leave a comment down below and we can get into a conversation. But yeah, the depth of learning required is a bit overwhelming at times, so you need to be curious about it and willing to learn and train yourself to learn something new every day. There are a lot of free resources or online resources that are paid, so it won't require you to travel a lot or invest more time than you should, but you will have to want to learn just to stay on top of things. The fifth good reason to self-publish is that you're the kind of person that has no problem take responsibility for absolutely everything. Every little failure will be on you. You can't blame it on anyone else. If, let's say, worst case scenario, your editor does a poor job, your cover designer does a poor job, your marketing doesn't work out, there's only one person you can blame, because at the end of the day, you've selected your editor. You're the one who said, this is the best one for me, I will work with them. You're the one who chose your cover designer, and beyond their skill, you're the one who had certain requirements for that cover. So at the end of the day, it's only on you. If you're not good with failure or mishaps and they kind of weigh you down, this might not be the best career for you, because you will do things that are not the best. It happens to almost everyone, and there will always be things that you could have done better. You need this type of philosophy that enables you to think of all failures and little mistakes as learning experiences, and it ties into the previous reason I've explained. You need to have this ability to learn from your mistake, take responsibility for them, don't shove them under the carpet, and then try again, because that's how you'll perfect things. There is a lot of information about things that other people have done, things that publishing houses do to promote books, to ride a trend train, let's say, to attract readers better, and you can learn from those. But there are a lot of circumstantial factors that might require you to adjust or completely change your strategies, which will be unique to you. So at some point or another, you will be less than pleased with your results, and the important point is to move on, learn from it, and try again, and be prepared to take full responsibility for a future failure. The only true failure in self-publishing is giving up completely. Everything else is learning. And to prove this point, my next video will be on the 5 things I'd do differently right now if I started self-publishing today. So you can see me taking responsibility for all my mistakes and what I've learned from them and how they've changed my overall strategy, because that's also important. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have other topics you need to discuss about self-publishing, or you have other ideas for people that want to self-publish and maybe they haven't considered those ideas, do leave them in the comments down below, or create your own video highlighting good reasons authors should think about when they decide to self-publish or not. And if you do make a video of your own, or you already have made one, do let me know. I would like to create a playlist in the future if we have enough of them. And yeah, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate you being here. Do like and comment and share if you've enjoyed this video and it sparked a need for conversation within you. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm always trying to make more friends in the author and reader communities. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, I'm always open to those as well. But please bear in mind that I've spent a lot of time lately brainstorming ideas, and a lot of them have to do with self-publishing and various aspects of it. So I might already be making one of those videos, and I might not always have it ready super soon, so please forgive that. I will see you at the end of this week on Thursday with a new video on my mistakes, like I said, or not entirely mistakes, just things I've overlooked, let's say. And until then, happy writing, happy reading, and have a lovely week. See you soon. Bye!